My name is Zach, and today I want to share with you 7 tips to design beautiful emails for your e-commerce brand. I run an email marketing agency called ZHS Ecom. We create over 100 of these different types of designs every single month, and I'm going to walk you through my exact internal SOPs. Number 1, adding pizzazz. We like to have extremely unique designs that the clients just couldn't make themselves. Unique transitions, backgrounds that aren't just plain colors. We like to go above and beyond. We like to add some depth, and overall, we like to be creative. With this email, we didn't just have a plain pink background. We added in some paw prints. We added in a bunch of colors here, different shades of pink, 1, 2, 3, 4 different shades of pink. We had some really nice typography here. We had a great button that matched their overall aesthetic. We added in these little shapes right here. We cut out this image from the backdrop and overall just gave it a little bit more depth. And this is just one little tiny section within the email. Adding in mobile phone mockups, that's a great example of going above and beyond for the clients. Adding in some fun images, adding in some squiggly arrows. Again, going with the arrows, keeping people moving throughout the email. With these images right here, we could have just thrown them in there willy-nilly, not cared too much, and that would probably get this job done, but it wouldn't look as good as if we put this little design in there, we added backgrounds to the images, and overall, we just want to take it to the next level. Here's an example of what we did for this really cool brand, and you can see it. They have really nice typography. We added in some bold text. We added in sans and serif fonts, so we have multiple different kinds there. We added in just a little bit of, again, as I say, pizzazz to these emails to really bring it up to the next level. You can also add text to the right here that's faded and blends in with the backgrounds, but it puts their catchphrase on the right-hand side. More examples here, again, adding in a little bit more pizzazz with these little icon vector things. Okay, colorful over white backgrounds. Most of the time, we don't have just a plain white background. We like to have some sort of color. So you can see here with Skosh, yellow obviously is the entire background color. So we have a cool little transition from yellow to a pale yellow and then white. But you can see here, it's not just white. It doesn't just look like a straight up Microsoft Word document. We like to go all in and make it a colored background. This email right here has a blue background. This one has a pink one. This one has blue and pale blue colors. This one is green and tan. Overall, we just think that really adds to the aesthetic, and it just shows that we're going above and beyond. Yes, you can still have white backgrounds like this and like in certain areas, but overall we like to avoid them when we can. Yes, sometimes brands like this one right here, they are going to just have a lot of white in their brand colors, but it is what it is. Okay, cutting things off in your emails. Basically, we like to take the image and whatever the subject is, we like to cut it out of the background, and then we like to play with adding some depth. So you can see on the left here, this little plate of treats is coming off to the left. This little thing right here is coming off to the right. Same thing with this. We're halfway in, halfway out, halfway in, halfway out. This surfboard thing here, halfway in, halfway out. These little coffee pods, halfway in, halfway out, halfway in, halfway out. You can see the vibe here. We like to do that as much as possible. And with our clients, we recommend anytime you're taking product shots, have someone holding it and actually have a hand model in there holding your products. And also make sure that you have product shots that have a nice like pink or whatever colored like solid background, so we can easily just crop it and put it into our email design. So if you can take product shots like this as an e-com brand, it's super, super powerful. We always recommend that our clients do shots like this whenever they're taking new product shots. Charts and infographics. There's a lot of different types that you can see here of charts and just ways to display information. So you could have a checklist, why Nike? Boom, easy to read. You have some bold text, you have different typography, you have some checks off to the left-hand side, and then a CTA button down there. Us versus them table, another us versus them table. A lot of different ways that you can display information in a way that's way easier to read than just a paragraph. Icons, these are always great. You can do icons like these. You can do icons that actually show the ingredients. Numbered lists, here's an example of using some arrows. You got step 1, step 2, step 3, etc., etc. We like to use arrows a lot, as you've seen. And so just labeling things, having some sort of diagram, or even a flowchart. This is a really cool example. Okay, adding GIFs. There's a couple different ways that we like to do this. Canva, easygif.com. These are super simple ones. Chrome Capture, if you want to turn a screen capture into a GIF. So if you want to create it like a video, then use Chrome Capture, that extension there. Premiere Pro and Photoshop are also for more complex things. There's a lot of different ways, but you got to make sure that you go to a website this and optimize your GIFs because you don't want them to be massive before you put them in your email. So a couple different examples here. You could have something like this in the hero header. This one right here, you can't really see, but it's telling people to take their email from the promotions tab and put it into primary. This one right here would be like a video of the actual product working. This one right here is rotating review 1, review 2, review 3. You can see it right there. This one's kind of a fun one we did for a skincare brand. And then this one right here is a really cool brand called Lemmy that they just have these evergreen GIFs where it's a scrolling bar on the top here and then icons that are rotating on the bottom. All right, mobile first design. We want to have big CTA buttons, pretty big fonts. We want the emails to be easily scannable. I like to say, if you pull your phone all the way back, you still want to be able to see what's being read. We want to have an optimized hero header, so you want to have all the important information and CTA button within the first fold, alongside your very clear offer that people can read in 0.5 seconds, and then no extra fluff information. So you can see within our emails, we have, again, that single column layout. We have big fonts, big buttons. It's easy to read. It's very just optimized for a quick glance, and there you are. Same thing here. We have big pictures. Everything's pretty much single, maybe some double column layout, as you can see here, but for the most part, we go with single column. And overall, we like to make things super just easily scannable from 30,000 feet away. We like to keep emails simple. We don't want to have massive long emails. We would rather have 2 emails, 2 different ideas sent at 2 different times versus 1 email with 2 different ideas. We like to, again, really focus on one single main objective of that email. So header text, subheader, image, CTA, that should all be within the first fold of the email. Then your body could be some text, could be some images, a chart or whatever, maybe something a little bit more, and then a CTA button at the bottom, and then your footer. Super simple. We're keeping things very basic, and we like to understand that people are not reading emails all day long. Okay, here's a great example. Their text in this email is massive. Everything is image first. And you literally have to be blind to miss this $130 off discount. So you can see here, $130 off, activate offer. This is a perfectly optimized hero header, body, and CTA. Super simple. This is a great email. It's going to get the job done. And they don't have 12 different things they talk about. They have one single thing that they talk about in that entire email. Evergreen sections. Last one here. We like to make sure that we can reuse sections. That way we can speed up our process. So if you have some benefits icons that you can reuse later, this is a great thing that you can just stick at the bottom of your email and call it a day. Or footer sections. You always like to create these as universal blocks within Klaviyo. So that way you can use it again over and over again. You don't want to have to reinvent the wheel every single time. Or things like benefits icons or any of the things that we talked about previously, GIFs, charts, infographics, things like that. We like to have those on standby so we can just put them in our email, maybe make a few changes here and there. But in the end, we don't want to reinvent the wheel every single time. All right, so that was the video. That was 7 tips to design beautiful emails for your e-commerce brand. If you want emails like this, that are highly converting, but also look amazing for your e-commerce brand, just go to zhs-ecom.com. Right there, you can book a call to speak with me, and we'll talk about how we can add 10 to 35% to your monthly email revenue in the next 90 days by building out these email automations and campaigns and really just taking your brand to the next level. So looking forward to speaking with you on that call.